Is it visible? Is it visible to everyone?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Where I was on electron diffraction in our previous class. So whatever our electron diffraction is there, this electron diffraction is having its one of the basic measurement technique pattern, or you can say that is as simply a um, instrumentation pattern. So every diffraction pattern or every pattern where you want to discuss the uh, determination patterns at that time, this electron diffraction pattern is again having one of the greater. Yes. So in our electron diffraction, please mute yourself, everyone. Please mute your microphones. Whenever you are using this electron diffraction pattern at that time, as I told you in my previous neutron diffraction pattern, where we were discussing its instrumentation part, at that time, every instrument at that time I told you, every instrumentation part or every determination technique will include its a source, its a sampling pattern, its a selection, simple the selection of your that sources, and then after it will be bombarding onto the sample, then diffraction pattern will be observed, and then after you can have that diffraction pattern, and you can observe very final one thing will be you can observe that diffraction pattern onto a simply photographic plate, you can say, or onto a electron measurement technique you can use. So here, for example, whenever we are learning about simply this electron diffraction at that time, this is nothing but the रेड कलरचा जिथे एरो दिसतोय तो मी पॉइंटर यूज करतेय, तर त्याने लक्ष द्या तुम्ही. So this is nothing but the rough instrumentation technique of our electron diffraction. So what it tells us the source, it tells us the source of our electrons, source of, it gives us source of your electron. Then after you are selecting that, you are bombarding that electrons, through your, this is source to through the B sampling, through the B slit, you can say. Slit means what? स्लिट का मतलब क्या होता है? स्लिट का मतलब होता है कि आप स्लिट से, क्या बोल रही हूं मैं, स्लिट का मतलब क्या होता है? फट, छोटी सी जागा. स्लिट का मतलब क्या होता है? ऐसी एक छोटी सी एंट्रेंस होता है जिसमें से आपका ये इलेक्ट्रॉन के जो बीम्स होंगे, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन के बीम्स पास करोगे आप, तो वो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के बीम्स ना आप पास, वेट अ मिनट, let me just rub it, and then I'll be drawing it with another pen so that you can observe it nicely. Yeah. See, this is, suppose this is nothing but the source of your electrons. Now your electrons are passing like this, you can say. Okay. And from that, yeah. And from that electrons, you can pass over the electrons through that slit, you can say, or through, you can say. And now you can ask me one thing, ma'am, why we are using this lead, or why can't we directly bombard that our electrons onto our sample? You can actually, you can bombard that your the beams of your electron. Beam नाही म्हणत आहे मी, beams, beam, beam म्हणजे rays, beam. So whatever that beams of your electrons are there, that rays, electron rays, they may go here and there if you do not pass them through a specific pattern. That is why every time you have to use this slit. Every time you have to use what? Your slit. And what for you are using that slit? You are using that slit for the opening, or for the just the opening of it gives you a path. It gives you a straight path toward your sample, and it gives you the selector. It gives you also here is one selector with which you can select your specific type of electron beams. मतलब कि जैसे हम न्यूट्रॉन डायफ्रैक्शन में हमारे स्पेसिफिक इंटेंसिटी के न्यूट्रॉन बम्बार्ड करते थे, तो ये वैसे ही मतलब कि किलो इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में जैसे कि हम सॉरी जैसे कि हम न्यूट्रॉन डायफ्रैक्शन पैटर्न में हम हमारे न्यूट्रॉन्स एक स्पेसिफिक इंटेंसिटी के यूज करते थे, एक स्पेसिफिक सोर्स यूज करते थे न्यूट्रॉन के लिए, वैसे ही इलेक्ट्रॉन डायफ्रैक्शन के लिए भी हम सेम ही करेंगे. एंड now here you are going towards the slit, and here is one of the selector by through which you can select simply your electron beams. Then after, just give me a second, clean this. And now as these are passing through this slit B and selector, it is itself, it is having one of the slit and one of the selector of your electron, by through which by through this source you are passing this onto your this sample. Now again there is the presence of simply collision. In detail manner, what happens when these electron beams are passing on to your sample? When these electron beams are passing on to your sample, what happens there? They are colliding. They are colliding with your sample, and then after there is the collision. There is one thing is taking place, and that thing is nothing but the collision. What is that, beta? Collision. What is that? Obviously तिथे काय होणार आहे? There it will collision. And what means? Collision can give rise to the formation of two types of scattering. Again, elastic scattering and inelastic scattering. जैसे हमने न्यूट्रॉन डायफ्रैक्शन में पढ़े थे, वैसे ही यहाँ पर कोलिजन टेक्स प्लेस होने के बाद में आपको वहां पर कोहेरेंट एंड इनकोहेरेंट क्या मिलेंगे? इलास्टिक और स्कैटरिंग मिलती, वैसे ही यहाँ पर कोहेरेंट एंड इनकोहेरेंट स्कैटरिंग मिलेगी बेटा. कोहेरेंट एंड इनकोहेरेंट स्कैटरिंग मिलेगी, जैसे कि यहाँ पर इजीली ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो ये डायफ्रैक्शन पैटर्न. एंड ये जो कुछ भी आपको कोहेरेंट ऑब्जर्व होगा, दिस गोज और it gives rise to the formation of simply your electron diffraction. मतलब कि ये diffraction देगा आपको, and this diffraction pattern you can observe. This diffraction pattern you can observe to electron on this plate, and this plate is of type E. And whatever this E is there, this E मतलब कि ये हम क्या इंडिकेट करता है, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं फोटोग्राफिक प्लेट. व्हाट इज दिस ई नोटेशन इज यूज्ड फॉर फोटोग्राफिक प्लेट. व्हाट इज दैट? फोटोग्राफिक प्लेट. एंड व्हाट यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग ऑन दिस फोटोग्राफिक प्लेट? यस, यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा हौच पौच हो चुका है, थोड़ी सी खिचड़ी हो चुकी है, मैं बताती हूँ यहाँ पर, बताती हूँ आपको, एक क्लियर व्हाइट बोर्ड लेके एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ बेटा कि व्हाट इज दैट योर फोटोग्राफिक प्लेट. ओके, सो let me now please tell me, is whiteboard is visible to everyone? Is whiteboard is visible?
No, ma'am. Yes.
Tell me guys,
Yes, ma'am.
yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, okay, okay, okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
see, whenever you are here, we, yeah, okay, I get it. I told you, are you guys listening?
Sound कमी आले ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What I told you just now? न्यूट्रॉन बीम्स घेतोय, न्यूट्रॉन घेतोय ना आपण.
Electron, ma'am.
Electron diffraction.
Good. This is A, and A is nothing but the source of your electron beams. From that you are passing through the B. You are passing it through the B, where it is nothing but the selector of monochromatic light. And monochromatic light मतलब क्या होता है? मोना सिंगल, इट मीन सिंगल कलर लाइट आप यूज करते हो यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन डायफ्रैक्शन पैटर्न में, एंड इट इज डिनोटेड बाय दिस बी नोटेशन. Through the slit you are passing, then after you are using C, then after you are using what beta? C. And what is this C? C is nothing but the sample. C is nothing but the sample. And then after you can have here D entrance, and from this you can say that is as this sample on, and through this B you are bombarding your electrons, and that electrons are just interacting with your this sample, and whatever this sample is there, this sample now it is absorbing that electron beams, and then after it will be diffracting, it will be मतलब वहां पर कोलिजन होगा. जैसे कि हमने न्यूट्रॉन डायफ्रैक्शन में ये पढ़ा था ऑलरेडी कि कोलिजन होता है, देन वहां पर इलास्टिक इन इलास्टिक कोलिजन होता था. तो यहाँ पर हो रहा है कोहेरेंट एंड इनकोहेरेंट, कोहेरेंट एंड इनकोहेरेंट स्कैटरिंग होती है. तो ये जो कुछ भी कोहेरेंट एंड इनकोहेरेंट स्कैटर, coherent and the incoherent scattering होती है, and then after it give rise to the formation of a diffraction pattern. It give rise to the formation of a diffraction pattern, and whatever that diffraction pattern is there, this diffraction pattern you can observe onto a plate, onto what beta? Plate. And that plate is known as, or it is denoted in your instrumentation or measurement technique, you are denoting it by E. You are denoting it by E notation. And what is that E? E is nothing but the photographic plate. What is that E? E is nothing but the photographic plate. Now, what for we are using this photographic plate? You are using this photographic plate, and you can have the what can you say, that is as images or the interaction pattern you can observe on this your E plate, that is as electrographic plate. Sorry, uh, mistakenly I use electrographic plate, it is photographic plate. So whatever this photographic plate is there, this photographic plate generally it is coated by zinc sulfide. Generally it is coated by zinc sulfide. It contains fluorescent material. Why? Fluorescent material glow के बाद, यहाँ पर रेज आने के बाद में ये फ्लोरेसेंट मटेरियल ग्लो करेगा और इस पैटर्न हमें समझ आएगा कि हमारे ये जो कुछ भी इलेक्ट्रॉन डायफ्रैक्शन टेक्निक है, इस पर से हमें जो कुछ भी डिटरमाइन करना था हमारे इसका, हमारे मॉलिक्यूल्स का जो भी इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर डिटरमाइन करना था। क्या डिटरमाइन करना था? इससे हमें इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर डिटरमाइन करना था। वो इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर हम डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं इजीली इस डायफ्रैक्शन पैटर्न से। एंड दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट स्कैटरिंग इंटेंसिटी वर्सेस स्कैटरिंग एंगल यू कैन से, और मेजरमेंट टेक्निक यू कैन से। आर यू गाइस क्लियर विद दिस टेक्निक? Oh shit. प्रश्न नहीं है। हॅलो, आवाज येतोय? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you guys clear up to this?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So viral method, or you can say that is as viral equation, या फिर viral equation you can pronounce it with your convenience, you can pronounce it. So वो equation हम कल के क्लास में पढ़े, या फिर कल रमजान है ना, या फिर परसों है? चांद दिखा क्या?
No, ma'am. परसों है ईद.
ओके, परसों है क्या? फिर कल लेंगे हम क्लास?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, चलेगा। तो मैं मीटिंग, तो आप सब लोगों को समझ में आया क्या? अच्छे से समझ में आया होगा तो ही बोलो, या फिर आई एम रेडी टू रिवाइज, आई एम रेडी टू टेल यू इट रिपीट। Yes guys, are you clear?